This week on Wisdom Wednesday, we're talking about procrastination. Why aren't you doing what you need to be doing? Procrastination is a problem for a lot of people, but I'm saying that you're not a procrastinator, and there's a real reason behind why you are procrastinating. And I want to help you figure that out, because once you figure out why you're procrastinating, you can take the action to fix that and then get yourself in a place of action in the moment instead of feeling like you're this procrastinator who always waits till the last minute. So let's talk about it. One of the number one reasons why you might be procrastinating is because you don't know how to do what you're setting out to do. I mean, think about it. If you say, I'm going to do business development today, I'm going to prospect today, it's a very broad term, right? And if you don't clearly know exactly what that means, your brain is not going to grab onto that task. It's going to see business development in your calendar or prospecting, and you're going to be like, okay, what does this mean? What do I do? And it's almost like it's going to short wire, and you're going to go, I'll do that later, and you move to something else. It's not because you're a procrastinator. It's because you haven't given your brain the right information to execute. So your fix here is to really be detailed, understand the knowledge that you need to complete the task and what that looks like. So if you're going to do business development, does that look like reaching out to 15 potential contacts? Does it look like going to 5 different businesses for meetings, calling 100 people? You have to really clarify that in order for your brain to start executing on it. The second reason why you might be procrastinating is because the amount of time you're giving yourself to do something is not enough. It's not realistic, and your brain knows that even if you want to believe differently. For example, I set in my calendar, I'm going to work on a newsletter. I'm going to draft a newsletter, and it's going to take me 30 minutes. 30 minutes is pretty aggressive for me to craft a newsletter, and I know that. So when the time comes for me to do that, if I don't think I can really complete that, I'm probably going to turn away from it because it's not realistic. There's no reason for me to get halfway through the project or start and then stop. So make sure you have enough time. Make sure you're being realistic. And this is an important one because let me tell you, everyone thinks they have more time than they do, or things will take less time than they do. So you want to try to squeeze everything into a calendar. Oh, this will only take me 15 minutes or a half hour. But when you're not realistic, it screws up your whole time management system, and it'll put you into a place of procrastination. So allocate enough time for that. A third reason you might be procrastinating is because there's no value buy-in. Like, why are you even doing this? What is your motivation? What is your why? Take, for example, you see someone else do something and you're like, oh, that looks like it's a really good thing for my business. I'm going to create some videos or, send out a newsletter. And then it comes time to do that. If it wasn't from your place of this is me, this is authentic, this is going to be a business generator for me and a real value or why behind it, you're not going to be motivated to do it. You're going to kick that can down the road and again, feel like that procrastinator. And the last reason you might be procrastinating is because you're just trying to do something too early. I mean, I'm all for being proactive and planning ahead and getting things done early, but you have to understand, our brains have so much that's going on all the time. If you have something due in 30 days from now, but you put it on your calendar today because you think you're being really proactive and getting it done ahead of time, your brain knows it's got all this time. So oftentimes it's going to go, well, what do we need to deal with now? Let's focus on the here and now. We've got 30 days to get that done. So it automatically kind of pushes it off. And it's not because you're a procrastinator. It's because you have time to do it later when it's more relevant. So think about that. Are you motivated to do it right now, or should you schedule it closer to the due date? Now, those are my reasons why I see procrastination show up for myself and for my clients. And I want to encourage you, the next time you start to label yourself as that procrastinator, thinking that you never do what you say you're going to do on time, take a look at really what might be in the way. Check these 4 reasons and find out if there's a way to kind of fix what you're procrastinating on. So if you think this video on procrastination has been helpful and you want to hear more about my Wisdom Wednesdays, I've got all sorts of videos out there. Go over to my YouTube channel, Angie Wisdom Life Coach, subscribe to it so you get my videos all the time, and if you like it, feel free to comment.